Hello, little people. We're gonna see the point 1.4 from the learner's book again. And today we're gonna learn about indices. What are the indices? Indices are just the powers, okay? Let me see if we have the other powers, negative powers or not. This, we ain't got them. Okay, good. Indices are just powers, okay? So let's say we already talked about them, right? Let's say 2 to the power of 5 is the same thing as 2 to 5 times. So 5 times. So we just multiply them each other. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. This is what the indices are. Okay. Now let's imagine that I want to multiply this 2 to the power of 5 by 2 to the power of 3. Let's see what happens. I got 2 to the power of 5, so I got 5 twos. I will multiply it by 3 twos. So now I see that I have 5 twos here, 3 twos here. In general, in total, I have 8 twos. So the answer will be 2 to the power of 8. Good. Similarly, let's do this. I have 2 to the power of 5 divided by 2 to the power of 3. Let's try to do this. So 2 to the power of 5, I have 5 twos, right? Multiply them each other. And I have 3 twos and I am dividing them by, right? So 3 of those twos are being canceled by other 3 of those twos, right? And I am left with 2 twos. So 2 to the power of 2. Notice that here, when I multiplied them, the answer was 2 to the power of 8, which is the same thing as 2 to the power of, I multiplied what? Power of 5 by power of 8, power of 3, right? And I got 8. So I had 5 and 3, and I got 8. So I got 5 plus 3, which is 2 to the power of 8, right? Same thing, similar thing with 2 to the power of 2. I had 2 to the power of 5 and 3, and I got 2, which is the same thing as 5 minus 3. So, what is the rule? Let's write it down. The rule is if you have a number to the power of n plus the same as not plus, sorry, times the same number to the power of m, the answer will be the number to the power of n plus m. The, the example is 2 to the power of 2 times 2 to the power of 4 will be 2 to the power of 2 plus 4, which is 2 to the power of 6. Also, we got number to the power of n divided by the same number, the numbers has to be the same, divided by to the power of m, we will have that number to the power of n minus m. The example we have seen, let's say 3 to the power of 5 divided by 3 to the power of 2 will be 3 to the power of 5 minus 2, which is 3 to the power of 5 minus 2 is 3. Okay? Now, let's see some questions about it. Let me see if we have anything else. No, we don't have anything else. Let's see some questions for fun. Um, Before that, I think we should, no, we don't need to. Okay. So question number 13, let's say. It says, write the answers to these calculations in index form. We're gonna do, let's say, part E. Okay. So we got 2 to the power of 15 divided by 2 to the power of 11. Remember our rule about the division. So it will be 2 to the power of 15 minus 11. So it's going to be 2 to the power of 4, which is 16. Okay. And now let's do for fun question number 14. Um, I have to write that rule as well. Yeah. Okay. So there is another rule which we will use in question number 14. Don't worry. Question number 14 says, let's say part D. Okay. 5 to the power of 5 times 5 to the power of 4. You remember this rule? Multiplication. It's going to be 5 to the power of sum of those powers. So 5 plus 4, which will be 5 to the power of 9. Okay? It says write the calculations in index form, so we're not going to calculate it. It's just 5 to the power of 9 is enough. Now, guys, question 14, part D we did. Let's look at part F. We got 7 to the power of 3 to the power of 3. Okay. Let's try to understand what is it. So 7 to the power of 3 is this, right? 777. To the power of 3 is that I'm going to multiply this thing. It was 7 to the power of 3, right? This is 7 to the power of 3. To the power of 3 is that I'm multiplying this thing by itself 3 times. You see? So this is another 7 to the power of 3. This is another 7 to the power of 3. So now how many 7s do I have in total? I have 9 7s. So what is the rule? The rule is if I have, let me write the rule. So the answer is 7 to the power of 9. So if I have a to the power of n to the power of m, the result will be a to the power of n times m. Example could be 2 to the power of 5 to the power of 2. It will be 2 to the power of 5 times 2, which is 2 to the power of 10. Okay? That's it. Nothing weird about it. And now let's see something else, some interesting stuff. If we have any number, 10 to the power of 5, and I divided it by itself, 10 to the power of 5, it should be what? Anything divided by itself is 1, right? Good. I think you all agree with this. And now let's use that division rule. Okay? Not with the straightforward answer. Let's use that division rule. So 10 to the power of 5 divided by 10 to the power of 5. We know that the division from the indices is like a subtraction, right? It should be 5 minus 5. If it would be like 10 to the power of 7 over 10 to the power of 2, it should have been 10 to the power of 7 minus 2. So that's why it becomes 5 minus 5. So what is 10 to the power of 5 minus 5? It is just 10 to the power of 5 minus 5 is 0. So what we got here? We got that 10 to the power of 5 over 10 to the power of 5 is equal to 10 to the power of 0. Also, we got 10 to the power of 5 over 10 to the power of 5 is equal to 1. So the rule is we have anything, any number to the power of 0, you see 10 to the power of 0, is equal to 1. This is our last rule for today, okay? This was another rule you see here, and they were the other two rules, okay? Now, let's do the question number 14, part G with that logic. So we got 10 to the power of 0 to the power of 4. What is it? 10 to the power of 0 times 4, which is, so 0 times 4, which is 10 to the power of 0. And anything to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Good. Let's see question number 17, part B and part C. So part B, we got to write 5 to the power of 6 over 5 to the power of 6 as a power of 5, which will be 5 to the power of 6 minus 6, which is 5 to the power of 0. Notice, you cannot write this is equal to 1. It is equal to 1. There is nothing wrong about it. But you shouldn't write it. Why? Because question says write the answer as a power of 5. So we have to finish here. Okay? Part A will just be 5 to the power of 6 divided by 5 to the power of 4 equals to 5 to the power of 6 minus 4, which is 5 to the power of 2. Okay? It's not equal to 25. It is, but we shouldn't write it. Why? Because we have to show the answer as a power of 5. Let's do part C for fun. Is it possible to write 5 to the power of 4 divided by 5 to the power of 6 as a power of 5? I think so. Let's see. 5 to the power of 4 divided by 5 to the power of 6. We know the rule. It is 4 minus 6, which is equal to 5 to the power of negative 2. What is that equal to? We will learn it next year. Okay, but it is equal to 5 to the power of 2. That's it. Sorry, negative 2. Because 4 minus 6 is negative 2. That's it. we don't want to do anything else about it. That is pretty much it. And now let's ask some challenge question for all of you, and I'm going to solve it here as well. Okay. So write has power of 2. Okay. Write what as power of 2? We have to write this. Let's say 4 to the power of 6. We have to write it as power of 2. So it has to be equal to 2 to the power of something. Okay. You see that 4 and 2 are different things, but there is a relationship between them, right? So if I have 4 to the power of 6, instead of 4, I have to use it in the power of 2, right? Instead of 4, I'm going to write it as 2 to the power of 2. So this is 4, right? And the question was 4 to the power of 6. So this is 4 to the power of 6. So we have 2 to the power of 2. This is 4 to the power of 6. And we know the rule, right? Which rule? This rule. A to the power of m to the power of n, then it's equal to n times m. 2 to the power of 5 to the power of 2, it's equal to 2 to the power of 5 times 2, right? So 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 6, it's the same thing as 2 to the power of 2 times 6, which is 2 to the power of 12. So 4 to the power of 6 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 12. Similarly, if I have to show this as a power of 3, I know that 81 is 3 to the power of 4, and 81 to the power of 4 is 3 to the power of 4. This was 81 to the power of 4. So it is the same thing as 3 to the power of 4 times 4, which is 3 to the power of 60. Okay? That's it. See you at the next class. Bye-bye.